Hello everyone, Comic Novice here, and this is my discussion and somewhat breakdown of the second round of DC's Round Robin 2022. Now, last year they did one with the Robin book winning. I did pick up at least the first two issues. I haven't read them, but I did pick those up. Maybe one of these days I will give a review. I do have access to all of them because they are all free through the DC Comics Infinite Universe, whatever the app's called today. Anyway, so it started off with all of these creative, just the titles, no creative teams or whatever. And then as we got to the second round, we got a synopsis, a brief synopsis, and the creative talent behind each one of these things. And so I was kind of intrigued. I'm wondering which ones are going to be moving on to the next round and which ones eventually will be winning. However, as I was doing my research, I think it has already been set in stone probably who's already won before the story or before the voting even began, I guess you could say. And I'll give you my reasons and rationale for that right now. Well, in just a second. So we have DC Round Robins in 2022 continues today. This was from April 6th. We've tallied the votes across the Twitter, Instagram, and the DC community, and here are the titles moving on to round two. Cast your votes in the thread below. So again, this was on Twitter. So as I was kind of doing my research to find out which titles were moving on, I came across something that kind of actually had me question the actual there's a movie called Quiz Show where everything was just staged and rigged or whatnot in the early 1990s or something like that. I think this is the comic equivalent of Quiz Show. So with that, we had in the first round, we had Suicide Squad Dark, a team of occult misfits and monsters, blah, 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 and a vampire Batman. And then we have Justice League Redacted, whatever, doesn't really matter, because here's the breakdown of the voting across the three platforms. So on Twitter, for 17,000, about 18,000 votes were accrued, and Justice League Redacted had about 60% of the votes, with Suicide Squad getting about 40% of the votes. Okay, looks pretty good for Justice League Redacted. Then on the DC Universe app, whatever it's called today, there is a grand total of 5,336 votes, and Justice League Redacted was winning that one with 56% of the votes. However, on Instagram, we had this as the result of the winning selection, which is Suicide Squad Dark with 59% of the votes and Justice League Redacted at 41%. So does that mean that the voting that was done on Instagram was actually the only one that mattered? Which one mattered? Because I'm confused to find out how that happened. But anyway, I digress. So let's figure out, whatever. I think there's already if this slide has not already predetermined what the winner is for this round robin thing, I don't know what was. But let's just go through this just to see if there's any possibility of any other title not winning besides Suicide Squad Dark. So we had the Hawkwoman, Hawkman Changeling, written by Kevin Scott. And then we have Constantine and the Demon Vacation, whatever. And I do note Kevin Scott from some of his talents on writing on Doctor Who, and I think he does a pretty good job. Again, lots of people like Hawkman. I mean, they say that they like Hawkman. They say that they bought Hawkman, even though it was the most, downloaded, illegally downloaded comic or whatever. And then everybody, all the YouTubers that said that they like Hawkman did no Hawkman reviews. So anyway, just saying that right there. So for round two, Hawkman, Hawkwoman losing 43% to 57%. Okay. At least on the DC Universe, whatever it's called today, app with about 2,800 votes, it's tied 50-50. And then I pulled this from the Instagram, and Constantine and the Demon are just running away from it. So with the 50-50, I could see, it obviously makes sense that Constantine would probably win with that. But look at the massive difference between what is available on Twitter with 11,000 votes compared to what it is on Instagram. So next round is Suicide Squad Dark. Wait, sorry. It's like, wait, I've already mentioned that. Anyway, yeah, so this is round 2. So Suicide Squad Dark versus Kid Flash, The Speed of Fear. I'm not going to go through the synopsis. I will link a synopsis link to whatever in the description if you'd like to check that out. But I just want to go through the numbers because I find this interesting. So on Twitter, we have Suicide Squad Dark losing 48.9% to Kid Flash 51.1%. So about 13,000 votes with, at the time of the screenshot, 11 hours left. Then on the DC Universe app, or whatever it's called today, it is Kid Flash is winning 53% to 47%. And at the time of my screenshot of this, the voting thing on Instagram, Suicide Squad Dark is destroying Kid Flash 65% to 35%. All right. Anyway, moving on. Green Lantern, The Light at the End of Forever, written by Cy Spurrier. I have heard of Cy Spurrier. I've read a couple of things that he's done. I really like him. Marco Santucci is a good artist. T. Franklin, the only thing I know about her is she gets on Twitter fights with people and she writes the Harley, the animated series, Kiss, Bang, Kill, whatever it's called. And so that's the only thing I know. So on Twitter, with almost 14,000 votes, the Ghost Tour from Hell is winning by 52% to 47% over Green Lantern. Okay. Then on the DC Universe Infinite app extraordinaire, Green Lantern is winning 51 to 49%. Okay. With about 3,000 votes. On Instagram, Green Lantern is destroying, shellacking the Ghost Tour from Hell, 79 to 21%. So which one of these is the deciding factor? Because at least with the Suicide Squad Dark from the first round, I don't think my vote for on Twitter was counted. I don't think my vote for what I did on the DC Universe Infinite app was counted. I think the only votes that they count, possibly, are the Instagram votes. I don't know. That's just a conspiracy. So last two, we have Green Lantern, The Birth of Conspiracy. I'm kind of intrigued by this because an Alan Scott book or whatever. Then you have Superboy. I'm fine with either one of these. Superboy, The Man of Tomorrow. I'm fine with either one of them. I mean, I don't think there's going to be definitive, groundbreaking stories that are going to transcend and be passed down and have an absolute edition of any of these stories. But anyway. So on Twitter, at the time of my screenshot, Green Lantern was losing by 42% to 57% from Superboy, which is fine. On the DC Universe Infinite app extraordinaire, we have Superboy, The Man of Tomorrow is again destroying almost with the same percentage on that compared to Twitter. And then on the Instagram, we actually have a closer, even though Superboy is winning, a closer, rundown between Green Lantern and Superboy. So I don't know what this means because according to what we were shown on, at least with the Justice League Redacted and Suicide Squad Dark, is Instagram the go-to for who wins? It's not what it says. It says that they compile up from all three areas, but it just doesn't make sense. So I guess, where are we with this? I'm going to guess that Suicide Squad Dark is going to be the eventual winner of this round robin. I think it was already, it proved me wrong. prove me wrong that it actually has, I don't know. Anyway, thank you for watching this video. Do whatever. My channel's under attack. Yeah. I'm being shadow banned. Thanks for listening, and stay tuned for further content from the Comic Novice YouTube channel or wherever this channel is located. Thank you.